how to answer this question, but I think the way he talk, he think he's Superman, right? And he is very disrespect, not just with me, with everybody. Extended, right? We never talk directly. The times he wants to talk with me is always somebody in the middle. But at the time we talk directly in person, everything goes smooth.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez had a meeting with Turki Al-Sheikh in Saudi Arabia earlier today. But what happened before the meeting was nothing like what boxing professionals were expecting, as the pair had a heated clash and exchanged words shortly before the meeting. Canelo was the one that sparked the exchange this time around after claiming Terence Crawford has been speaking trash in his recent interviews. "You're a crazy man. What are you saying in your interviews?"
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev
was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power.
He claimed Crawford has been showing up in interviews where he has shown little or no respect to him or his previous opponents. Crawford, for some reason, believes the opponents Canelo faced in his 62 victories are nothing compared to him when boxing skills are involved. This particularly angered Canelo, who feels he has a way better resume than Terence Crawford. We'll see in the ring," Canelo said. While Canelo did all these, Crawford had nothing much to say but to advise Canelo to wait until he felt him in the boxing ring before making any noise.
And he's not even in my weight class already. And, it's a lot of things there doesn't make sense. And plus, at this point in my career, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. And I agree. So,
in an interview with Manuka Kopian, the former undisputed welterweight champion and current world boxing super welterweight title holder, analyzed the fight against Canelo. "I don't have to knock him out, I just have to beat him. I'm not going in there looking for the KO. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. When I analyze him, he's a small big guy moving up divisions. These bigger guys are slower, they might hit him, but he sees it at the last moment," Crawford explained. The Mexican fighter holding the super middleweight belts has faced bigger opponents such as Dimitri Bivol. Crawford, coming from 2 lower weight classes, believes his size and speed will work in his favor.
He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always have respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too.
"I come from a lighter division, which is faster and more precise. If he gets hit with a clean shot he doesn't see, he can be hurt. He's not a machine. He's human like me. He bleeds like me," the American fighter stated. Terence, although he does not rule out a KO, will not go in with that in mind. His strategy will be to wear him down, something that could be much more effective coming from a lower weight class. "I won't step in thinking I can't hurt him, but I also won't step in thinking I'll try to knock him out. I'm going to fight my fight, and if the KO happens, then of course I'll take it," the American concluded. Although it's not official yet, everyone is excited about the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Everything indicates that this fight will take place after summer, or at least that's what Turki Al-Sheikh has in mind after the Mexican fighter unifies the super middleweight division on May 3rd against William Skull in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Crawford has spoken about this match and claims he has the necessary tools to finish it.
Terence Crawford Canelo is the biggest fight in boxing right now today.
Your fight will do bigger numbers than Benavidez Canelo.
100%. African American, Mexican, they always made for the biggest fights in history. I can easily go fight Virgil Ortiz or Fundor, whoever, to make a quick buck or a quick little penny, but I'm looking at bigger picture.
Terence Crawford is living his dream right now, and he's making sure everyone knows it. While he's busy hitting the gym, bulking up, and sharpening his skills, he's also making the rounds in interviews ahead of his highly anticipated September showdown in Las Vegas. When it comes to this fight, opinions are split. Some fans and fighters believe that weight classes exist for a reason, that moving up against a bigger, stronger opponent is just too risky. But others, they believe in Bud Crawford's elite skill set. Right now, the undefeated 41-0 boxer is putting everything into this fight. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez has his eyes on a different challenge first, his May 3rd bout against William Skull in Riyadh. If Canelo wins, he will become the undisputed super middleweight champion for the second time. And that's exactly what Bud Crawford wants.
A demographic, which boxing is deeply rooted in the African-American culture. So I do think that fight does a little bit more numbers than Benavidez versus Canelo.
This is a legacy fight. This is a generational fight. Will be talked about for years. When I'm gone, they'll talk about, man, you remember Crawford coming up to 168 and fighting Canelo? Two top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world in their prime, fighting each other.
Just think about it. Crawford moving up 2 weight classes to take on an undisputed champion. That too, he is not a regular undisputed champion. The man is Canelo Alvarez. If he pulls this off, it would be legendary. And make no mistake, Terence Crawford knows what he's up against, but that's not teetering his confidence in himself. In a recent episode of Pound for Pound with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, he didn't hesitate to back himself strongly. I feel like I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might get the size, the power, but I got the better skills, boxing skills. He responded when asked about the gargantuan task he set himself up for.
Canelo Alvarez thinks you're not a 54-pounder. In other words, you say, nah, he's too small.
That's his take. There's a reason why Israel was so respectful in the fight. Anytime I let my hands go, he would grab me or move. For the bigger guy, you should have been walking me down. You should have been bullying me. Canelo can say, what do you say?
He just doesn't feel like you're a 54-pounder.
To this, Henry Cejudo immediately jumped in, asking if it would be more of a cat and mouse fight, implying that Crawford might have to play it smart and move a lot. But Crawford, he shut that down real quick. He's not running from anything. Then came the comparisons. Triple C brought up Canelo's history of knocking people out. Guys like James Kirkland, who came off a 6th-round TKO victory in his last fight, but lost in a 3rd-round KO to Canelo in 2015. Amir Khan, who was defeated by 6th-round knockout in 2016. And Sergey Kovalev, who was the World Boxing Organization light heavyweight champion at the time when Canelo was moving up from middleweight, but Canelo knocked him out in the 11th round. But that's where Crawford drew the line. Don't disrespect me, he shot back with a chuckle.
Believes that your real weight class. And
My real weight class is
it's not Canelo
168.
trolling.
I just want to know if I'm too small for 168. A lot of people my whole life been doubting me. I know I'm smaller than Canelo. I know I'm smaller than these guys.
Yeah, but Canelo's pretty short too. Canelo's
Yeah,
your height too.
we're the same height. We're the same height.
Exactly, for a 68-pounder. But he is a freaking boulder. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a thick kid.
Simply put, Bud Crawford wasn't impressed. Kovalev was older, he pointed out. And then he made one big statement. Don't get me wrong, Canelo does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you named are not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day. The 37-year-old explained. Bold statement, right? So how does Bud Crawford see a fight with Canelo Alvarez playing out? A tough fight, he admitted. He respected Canelo as a great fighter, but he believed in his own skills more. The fact that people doubt me, it just fuels me even more. Try to get the fight even more, and I'm watching him. I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. And as for the size difference, the southpaw from Omaha wasn't sweating it. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. In the end, the Nebraska native concluded, "You're gonna get hit, it's a fight. He's gonna get hit too. It'll be good."
If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, you would take all that money that he's offering you.
One thing's for sure, if this fight ever happens, Terence Crawford isn't stepping in just to survive. He's coming to win. And after he wins, what's he gonna do more? Before anything else, Terence Crawford must settle things with Canelo Alvarez. Terence Crawford is about to turn 38, and with his massive fight in September, a big question looms. Will he hang up the gloves after this? Some think retirement is on the table, while others believe he's got more left in the tank. In a recent chat with The Ring magazine, Crawford gave a very vague answer when asked about his future. When Manuka Kopian pressed him about what's next after Canelo, Crawford simply shrugged it off. Who knows? Who knows? But he did hint that a rematch with Canelo could be an option, or maybe another huge fight. For now, though, he's locked in on one thing: beating Canelo Alvarez.
But yet and still, he want 200
Right now, I'm just focused on, him right now and just basically mentally preparing myself for everything that I have to do to secure a victory, the World Boxing Association super welterweight champion said. Anyway, Bud made it clear that nothing's decided about his next step yet. But here's the thing, the 154-pound division doesn't have the same legacy-defining fights as facing Canelo Alvarez. And at this stage in his career, that's what really matters to Terence Crawford. One fighter who has spoken out and shown an interest in the battle between two of boxing's biggest names is David Benavidez, who is known to have had Canelo on his radar for the last couple of years.
Canelo and Crawford looks like it's going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight, and it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
All right, next question.
I definitely do use that as motivation, because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am. To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not fighting.
Speaking on BS with Jake Paul, Benavidez claimed that although he wouldn't be surprised if Bud beats Canelo, he believes the weight difference will most likely be the deciding factor. I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. I think Crawford's a tremendous fighter. He has a great IQ in boxing, but I think, the weight difference is just too massive. Not to knock Crawford off, but, he didn't really look as strong at 154, so he's still going to go up 2 weight classes to 168. So, I think that just tells everything that needs to be said on its own.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
Everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight, I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you, but it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are you gonna say? You know what I mean? This is a tough fight. The top WBC, the top people ranked at WBC.
Should a Bud be successful against Canelo, it would undoubtedly be one of the greatest ever achievements from a fighter. The 37-year-old is once again daring to be great, but standing in his way is a fighter whose fighting style has caused so many problems for the majority of the 66 opponents he has faced in his career.
They're fighting each other, so it shouldn't be. It should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But, I see that weight class, I want to become champion.
Speaking to YSM Sports Media, Ennis can't pick a winner in the fight and gives Crawford as much chance as Canelo of getting his hand raised. It's a good fight, a 50-50 fight, and I guess it's a fight everybody wants to see.
Potential mega fight. This is, I think, September at 168 pounds. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. You got people saying that, Crawford can stop Canelo. You got people saying that Crawford's too small, Canelo's going to run over him. What's your thoughts on that fight?
It's a good fight, a 50-50 fight, and I guess it's a fight that everybody wants to see, so, it's a good fight.
He was then asked about the challenge Crawford faces by jumping up in weight. It's going to be a little difficult. He's going to have to put on an extra 14 pounds so he could be slower. You've got to add more weight and gain more muscle so it's harder, but we'll see on fight night. Next, he was asked what Crawford would need to do on the night to win, having previously explained it would be a difficult night for Bud. Be smart, take his time, box and move. Don't sit there and let him drop bombs on him. Finally, he offered up a game plan for Canelo's route to victory.
How difficult is it to make that jump from, he only had one fight at 54, so like 147, 154 to 168 pounds?
You said how difficult is it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little difficult because you got to, what are you going to have to put on, like an extra 14 pounds? So he might be a little slower, or who knows, he could be faster. I don't know. Like, it's just, you got to add more weight and gain more muscle and stuff like that, moving up in weight and things like that, so it's a little harder, but I don't know. We'll see on fight night how he'll look.
I feel like Canelo will be pressing everything behind the stick, catching him trying to pull out, pull back, cut the ring off, things like that. He is going to have to bully the smaller guy. Don't let him dictate nothing. Show him that's your weight class. Crawford has revealed he is currently well above the 168-pound super middleweight limit and is in fact 186 pounds, despite having previously won titles as low as lightweight and 135 pounds.
What does Terence Crawford have to do to be successful in that fight?
Be smart, take his time, box and move. Yeah, don't sit there and let him try to bomb on him.
What about Canelo Alvarez?
I feel like Canelo gonna press him, had to press him. Everything behind the stick, and catch him, trying to pull out, pull back, anything, cutting the ring off, things like that.
Is it one of those situations where you try to punch on like the...
Speaking to Fight Hype, Beterbiev gave an insight into what he believes Crawford's chances are of prevailing against Canelo when they face each other. Though many feel that the weight jump could be too much for Bud, the Russian brands it a 50-50th fight. I'm not really a big fan of boxing, but this fight I will watch. I have a favorite from them, but we'll see. It's an interesting fight, a 50-50th fight. Beterbiev has previously praised Crawford as the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, so many will assume he is the favorite mentioned.
Ask you about another fight that's being reported to happen between Canelo and Terence Crawford. What do you think of that fight?
I'm not a real fan of boxing, but this fight I will watch if it's happening one day.
Many boxing professionals have mentioned the weight class of Crawford and as his main disadvantage ahead of the fight. Well, the world super welterweight champion just shared a shocking revelation that will begin to send shockwaves down Canelo's fight, making it known to the public that his weight isn't as small as many think. One of Canelo's most well-known rivals was, without a doubt, Gennady Golovkin. They faced each other 3 times, with the first being a draw. He was one of the toughest opponents for the Mexican fighter. The Kazakh's former trainer, Abel Sanchez, has been very critical of this match due to the weight difference between both boxers. The fight after Skull seems ridiculous to me. They are 2 completely different fighters. Canelo has taken punches from bigger guys, and no one has hurt him, so I don't think this fight should happen, Sanchez stated in Boxing News. I've said it from the beginning, but the money is there for both, so it's going to happen, although it's not a fight I would pay to see, Abel said. Additionally, he sees a clear victory for the Mexican and does not think it will be competitive, as his advantage is too great. I think Canelo will stop him, and it's not because Terence lacks talent. Terence is a skilled fighter, but we are talking about a big man used to fighting against other big men. Eventually, he will catch Crawford, punish him, and hurt him, he concluded. Terence Crawford, renowned for his precision and technical skill, has surprised the boxing world by revealing a significantly higher weight than expected ahead of his highly anticipated fight against Canelo Alvarez.
You said what you had to say. I don't know if you saw it. Canelo was asked about the live stream that you and Turk did during the fights, and Canelo said no comment. Your reaction to that, and that seems like that you do want this fight now.
Well, I've been wanting to fight. I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if this is the biggest fight in boxing today.
The undisputed champion in 2 divisions recently shared on social media that he currently weighs 186 pounds, a revelation that has sparked widespread discussion among boxing fans. Crawford, set to face Canelo Alvarez in September at super middleweight, 168 pounds, has showcased remarkable versatility, having claimed world titles at lightweight, super lightweight, and welterweight. However, jumping up 2 weight classes to challenge a powerhouse like Canelo presents an unprecedented test in his career. His disclosure of his current weight has triggered mixed reactions.
This fight right here is like the last of the Mohicans. We both come in an era where Floyd Mayweather was #1 pound for pound, Showtime, and HBO era, that type of era. So I think this fight will be massive.
And you mentioned Floyd. Obviously, Floyd and Manny, a lot of people thought happened way after it should have happened.
Some experts believe the weight gain is a strategic move to match Canelo's physical strength, while others question whether it might compromise Crawford's signature speed and agility, attributes that have been instrumental to his success. Despite the debate, Crawford remains confident. In a video posted on his social media, he declared, "What is up, y'all? I am looking forward to being undisputed in September. Let's get it. It is work time." As Crawford prepares for his showdown with Canelo, the Mexican superstar is first set to fight William Skull in May.
You guys are both in your prime right now. You guys are both two of the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in boxing. This is the biggest fight in boxing right now.
Definitely, and that's what I've been saying. You know, you got two guys, top 3 pound for pound, going head to head with each other, and I understand, you know, Canelo is bigger than me and whatnot, but I'm up for the challenge.
Skull holds the International Boxing Federation super middleweight title, the last piece of the undisputed puzzle that Canelo lost in July after refusing to face him. If Canelo defeats Skull, he will once again unify all 4 belts in the division, setting up an undisputed clash against Crawford. This potential showdown would be one of the most anticipated fights in modern boxing history, featuring 2 of the sport's top pound-for-pound fighters in a battle for ultimate supremacy. A showdown between Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has the potential to reshape the boxing landscape. Both fighters have dominated their respective divisions, and now they stand on a collision course to determine the true pound-for-pound king.
Other than the size difference and having to put on some weight, what challenges does Canelo pose once you guys get in there?
I don't know. I just think, you know, his punching power and his physical size is the only thing that I really have to worry about. But who knows? Once we get in the ring, we don't know how I'll handle his punching power, his size. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life.
And with Terence Crawford's weight revelation, he's gotten more support from professionals who had earlier sidelined him. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.